There's so much to look at, this is ridiculous.
I cut standard arch out of it, welded it further out.
So is this all your own design, all of the cantilevered onboard shocks? Man, there's some hours in this, in your anti-roll bar.
It's solid billet element.
Oh, so there's no water jackets whatsoever.
Nothing.
Got the gearbox between your nuts and the diff up your ass. Mate, look at them.
On Instagram who's building a crazy Mk2 Golf, and I know everyone thinks this is a Ford channel. It's really not. I'm into all sorts. JDM, Volkswagen, American muscle cars, and this thing intrigues me, and I've been meaning to get over there for a long time, obviously with COVID and everything. Chris has kindly offered to mend the harness bar that I need to make, because a lot of you guys have pointed out the harnesses aren't that well angled over the back of my shoulder. And also I'm going to use the harness bar to build up, put some headrests in, because again, it looks like my head's about to fall off in this car. So, yeah, quick rundown. Chris's Mk2 Golf, it ticks all the right boxes for me. It's a little hot hatch from the 80s. It's space framed, and it's got pretty much mid-mounted rear-wheel drive setup in it. It's got a big boom tube. It's got little 13-inch split rims, which are probably just as wide. It's got plastic windows, knacker ducts in all the corners. It's got cantilevered suspension, onboard shocks. It's a proper, like, crazy inspirational build, and obviously it's going to inspire me. And if I can do a little cheeky video on it for you guys, hopefully it'll give you some inspiration as well to build something equally as crazy. So yeah, we're just going to cruise up in the Fiesta. It's about just over an hour's drive from where I'm at. And yeah, we're going to have a good old nosy around and catch up with Chris. So, just going to go fill up with some V-power and then we'll hit the motorway. Probably get stuck in loads of traffic, so watch this space. Right, finally made it. I don't know what's going on with the GoPro. I had a nightmare with trying to record half of that. Chris, shoots, aka, let's go and have a look. Is it clear? Have you cleaned it all up, all the mess?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Whoa, look at this dude. You want my microphone, don't you? Let's go and have a look inside at this crazy Golf. And Helen was like, where are you going today? I was going to go see Chris. Oh, do I know him? No, it's just another random guy I've met on the internet. Seems to be a habit. Mate. Wow.
I was already for bending the cheaper.
Oh right, yeah, do you want to... No, I'm not going to be able to not look at this, do you know, whilst this is here. It's a rolling car, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it was outside yesterday. Washed it off and, well, supposedly washed it off.
Mate, this is...
It's a bit of a wanker to push with LSD.
This is serious.
Right. My mic inspired exhaust as well.
Yeah, you got a boom tube going. Yours hasn't even got an attempt at a silencer.
Yeah, it has.
Has it?
It's upstairs.
Oh, what, are you going to run it down the running boards or in here somewhere?
Yeah, so there's...
Or can you go back in the car and then back on itself?
I've got, down here I've got Flexi, and then there's a cat and a silencer that all lives in here and then goes back down into there, and the wastegate dump.
It's a big wastegate.
It's
a big wastegate.
And surprisingly it actually fits. And landed.
Right, I don't even know where to begin. What do you do for a living?
I'm a carpenter.
Okay. So this is just the hobby?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, started going racing with those guys years ago.
Is that fuel altered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a look back on that, but started going racing with them. I'd always been rocking around with golfs.
Yeah.
Started racing and thought, I'm going to turn, because this was originally going to be a show car. This had like full smooth bay, like air
so many other Mark II Golfs.
And we literally just cut the engine bay out.
And this is a silhouette. What type of chassis is it that you based on?
That's a just custom designed chassis that I made myself.
Oh, you've made the whole chassis yourself? Yeah. Oh, I didn't realise that.
The whole.
Oh, I thought this was based on a race car that you've put.
No. So double wishbone suspension all round, rear wheel drive.
So is this all your own design? All of the cantilevered onboard shocks?
All the suspension designs. I sort of did it on a pegboard. So working it all out, so lengths of wishbones and everything.
Wow. Did you model any of it in 3D? Is it all?
I did the initial cage design, like the parameters of being inside of the body.
Yeah.
On the computer, and then just evolved into what it was.
Oh, I didn't realise that you'd made this whole. Using that bender? You've made all of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then got a friend of mine to weld it all up because the TIG skills aren't all right. Admittedly, if I'd started TIG welding when I first built this, I'd be quite good. But
the problem I've got,
start again.
with a build like this, I'm sure you can agree, you've learnt so much through the process of doing it. You'd now be like, if I started it again, I could do this better, that better. I've learnt so much from doing it. Even the Zeus fasteners to get rid of the scuttle panel to get to your.
That's how you can change the plugs. Yeah. But then the dash comes out quickly, and obviously windscreen's perspex, there's a panel that goes in there as well.
Oh man, there's so much to look at. I'm going to be here a while. So what are the hubs based on?
They are loosely based off of Sierra geometry.
Okay. Oh, what, have you machined them up?
But they're for a kit car.
Okay.
I just found them on Race Cars Direct years ago.
You're running wheel sensors for...
Yeah, so that's for going into the motor. That's custom based on that.
Wow. And that's, I don't know my VAG engines, is that a 16 valve?
It's an ABF 16 valve head.
Because it's got only one cam, but obviously is there a chain or something that drives the other? Yeah. Why have you gone for that engine, just because you know that engine?
16 valves with little work will flow better than a 20 valve.
Yeah.
And it's sort of trying to keep it in keeping the kind of idea with the car was sort of something that could have been built back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's still loosely a Golf.
Yeah.
If someone had gone, right, we're going to have a Silhouette series.
This could have been in
it.
Yeah.
So nothing's too over the top of technology. Like the Motec's a bit advanced, but then they did have Motecs back then.
Yeah. But, what size hull set is that?
That's an HY35W.
What sort of power are you going to try and get out of this?
Reasonably 500.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to be.
No, I think
like
this
weighs nothing.
This with 300 horsepower would be.
Yeah. But obviously it's rear wheel drive. It doesn't weigh a lot.
No. All the weight's in the cage, really, isn't it?
And such a short wheelbase with rear wheel drive.
Yeah, it's going to be, and wide as well. You've got a big footprint. Like it's more of a square footprint.
Yeah, it's like 1.9 metres wide.
The charge cord is interesting.
That's the same Garrett core as you've got, I think.
Oh, is it? You get a lot of stuff fabricated by Fresh Reflections, is it? Yeah, his stuff's really nice. Did he make that, or was that?
Yeah. So he made the end tanks for that. And
nice. Yeah, he's got a real eye for just nice detail.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in here is him. So
interesting pump for you.
Charge cord, the pump was from the Zia one. Yeah, me and Joe made that. Joe welded the exhaust manifold. Basically, most things you find on it.
And the inlet was pretty tasty.
No, that was before Joe had a TIG welder. That was years ago. But loads of bits, and I'll show you. I've got a spare engine upstairs with the dry sump on.
Are you running a dry sump on it? I take it.
Yeah, so that's the dry sump tank there.
Yeah.
And then the.
Oh, see, I like all this stuff as well.
I've taken the pump and everything, and the dry sump pans of the other engine.
You just get it once it's all dry mocked up. You're just going to strip it all, sandblast it, powder coat it.
The plan is at the moment. Build up a stock bottom end because it's a 2 litre Passat bottom end. Rather than dumping loads of money into that, there's so many systems on the car. I want to be like, right, I know the cooling system works.
Before you put a really expensive,
rather than putting 4 or 5 grand into a bottom end and then be like,
oh. And I honestly think if you put a standard engine with like a sniffer boost for it, you're going to scare yourself in this.
Oh yeah. Well, just to sort of prove it, like, I get the systems running and everything else. Like,
what gearbox is in it?
So the gearbox is only 6-speed sequential trans.
What, a Quaif or?
It's an Elite Racing transmission.
Nice.
But they did us a hell of a deal on that, but that's the most expensive part of the car, that is.
Yeah, I bet.
That was a bit had to stomach that one, that was painful. But again, it'll make the vehicle, because I was looking at almost the same cost for an H-pattern Tremec.
Yeah.
Like once you get them in the country.
And yeah, you won't, the bang shifting, just pulling through the gears. Hey, there's so much to look at, this is ridiculous. What are is this all fiberglass?
That's all Bondo at the moment. That's the buck to take the mould.
Oh, so you're going to be moulding, what are you going to do it out of fiberglass or Kevlar carbon?
Fiberglass.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I haven't got the budget for carbon.
No.
As much as I saved on this anyway.
Yeah. And again, I'm personally, carbon works on the right car. Like if it was a,
and this goes back to sort of like
if it was like an 80s 90s build,
it wouldn't be.
It would just be. I really like, you know, the orange fiberglass that before, like they put.
Oh, so it's just gel.
I don't know whether you put a pigment in it. So do you know what the wing's off, or is it just like a race car? Is it adjustable and stuff?
Yeah. The actual structure is adjustable, yeah.
Who made all this?
I did.
So you've started tigging now as well then, have you?
I tacked it up, Joe welded it fully,
Yeah.
but it was all, so yeah, it's adjustable on the back of here, and it goes down into the chassis, rather than it...
So you can't open the boot with that on?
No, so you undo that,
Yeah.
and the whole thing lifts off. So where that split is there,
Oh, okay.
they're like pins. So if you take the bolts out, that's
just
the machine piece.
Okay, yeah.
So that it's captive with the bolts in. As soon as you take the bolts out, the whole wing comes off in two sides.
Clever stuff. Mate, you've got some hours. How long have you been building this for?
Just dying.
I'm so glad I finally got out to see it, because it looks so much better in person.
It's hard with it not being one colour. It's still not bodywork stage.
No, but I like
that
the
side
sort
looks
of,
better than this.
yeah, I like the sort of like rough and ready. It's being built. What colour are you going? Oh, you got that. Someone's done the graphics, like the orangey, whitey flashes up the side.
It's got to be orange because it was always going to be orange.
Yeah,
There's certain things from like when.
And there's nothing more like 80s, 90s than a bright orange little hot.
From when it was going to be a show car, it was going to be bright orange.
Yeah.
It was at one point. There's still a bit of orange.
I just like so many little details. Did you guys make this header tank as well?
The header tank, Joe made all the oh god, it's dusty. All the radiator, I'm going to have to give that a wipe off.
Oh mate, I'm loving this as well. The shroud, it's a lot nicer than my one.
Yeah, so he made both sides of the shroud. He made the radiator as well. That's one of the sort of stock size cores he ran for like a Mark II, or I think it's a low Mark II.
So you got an electric water pump to just flow the whole system, yeah.
It still have the main water pump.
Are you going to run the mechanical pump on that? Okay, yeah. Are you running a bulkhead in this?
Yeah, so there's going to be a bulkhead behind passenger, and then we're going to skin the.
Mate, this is a serious like driver's cell as well, like the cage around the driver.
It's like a funny car cage.
Yeah.
Again, that's from going drag racing, and you see.
Yeah, that's what I say. It looks like.
I've got the capability to make it. I just make it.
And what's the back axle? Is that a Sierra?
That's E36.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's that pump down there? Is that fuel pump?
Where are we?
I don't know. This little.
That's diff cooler and gearbox cooler.
Oh, does that run oil lines right up to the?
So yeah, drains out the bottom of the gearbox, and it will come back through the pump through a cooler, which will sort of sit behind that vent on the side, and then.
Oh, down here with the knackered vent that you've
goes in there.
hacked into the. Oh, this is.
Once the fiberglass panels are made, all of this will get cut off.
Yeah.
So like all the inner sheet steel will get cut, and I'll just leave the pillars. There won't be a lot of steel left. What I should have done is started and taken a mould of a Golf.
Yeah.
And just made a fiberglass body rather than hacking up
a steel one, and then but it's still nice.
Especially with the prices now, I've always said.
Was this a clean Golf? I take it when you started.
Yeah. I paid 375 quid for the original car, and I've always said, the reason it's a silhouette, if I prank it, I'll just take the body off, and put another one on.
Yeah.
But you're now looking at about $3 grand for a clean car to cut up to put a new body on. Now I think if I did have a back end shunt, I'd probably we've got a Jetta coupe, so I'd probably take a fiberglass mould of that.
And then just turn it into a Jetta, yeah.
It's
like a go-kart steering wheel on it.
Yeah, it used to have, it was an old 80s stack system.
Yeah.
So it had the digital display across the top of the steering wheel as part of it. But I couldn't get that to work with the Motec ECU.
No.
Like, there just wasn't any.
So you've gone for a Motec
So we've got Motec dash in there instead, which should be a bit better to be fair.
Did you do all of the tin work, all the bead rolled panels?
All the panels down there. That side still needs bead rolling, this side is rolled.
Mate, this is inspirational stuff. This looks wicked. What's that? Is that a ratchet for the handbrake? Is that going to be your...
Yeah, that's actually a Mark II Golf ratchet part of the handbrake. The handbrake sits up right here.
Yeah.
When it's off, it's about there, so you can still get to the gear lever. But again, that's a custom piece. It's in a box.
What's all the pneumatic lines for?
Fire extinguisher.
Oh, you got a fire system. Oh yeah.
I thought that was a good idea.
Mate, there's so much to look at. I'm struggling to like keep up with it all. And that's your little battery tray down there.
Yeah.
For your race battery.
I think it's an Odyssey. It's like the biggest Odyssey battery they do.
What's that? Is that the fuel tank side?
Yep.
Come over and have a look at that. You going to drive it on the road?
Try to. They'll go for an IVA or an SVA or whatever they want to call it nowadays.
We'll have to go on a Q-plate, do you reckon?
Depends on how I do it, because I could register it as like a prototype.
Yeah.
And then it'd be on an age-related plate, so it'd be new.
Yeah.
Because there's so little of it.
I'm not that fussed. I mean, people are a bit funny about a Q-plate, but I'm really not that fussed about.
No, I'd rock a Q-plate. If you've got one, no, if it.
But if this is driving down.
Because I've still got the V5 for the original car.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, just get a friendly MOT, and yeah. It's like, right, great. If you get pulled over, which you drive out on the road, you're going to get pulled over.
Yeah.
No, if someone looks at it, they're going to be like, that's not a Golf. And you're going to get absolutely
It's just not worth. It's just not worth the potential hassle with it.
Especially when it's such a well-known car.
Yeah.
People turn up a YouTube video.
People will point out, oh, that's not right.
It's got a fair following. Like, people know it.
Yeah.
It's just asking for trouble if you don't do it properly.
So what's this? Is this the swell pot up here within tank?
So there's two Bosch 44 pumps in there, and there's a Bosch 40 pump in the tank. So
just a lift pump, yeah.
Yeah. So that.
So you're gonna have your little filler neck in there.
Yeah, in the window. Yeah.
Are you gonna have knacker ducts in here?
So there's a double knacker that goes wherever it is there and feeds that. Same as yours.
Well, I've now got doubles going in mine.
Yeah.
So this is sick. And then when you're gonna run the outlets, just out the mash out the back.
There'll be a floor level with the top of the chassis to fill that in.
Oh, you're gonna panel all that in as well.
Yeah, there'll be panels in there, and then there'll be 4 knacker ducts in the panel.
Yeah.
To let the air back out.
This looks insane. Was that the original colour?
That's the colour I painted it. Yeah. This Audi.
I think you could just do the whole thing in that colour, and it'll just be done. Like
I've got to do the livery.
You're gonna do the full race livery, fair one. And who made the exhaust? Because that's pretty.
Again, exhaust made by me. Someone Joe welded it.
Is it oval tube all the way?
Yeah. So
are you gonna run any boards over it, or are you just gonna leave it? Is that still to be TBC? Yeah.
But it's really hard to try and. I didn't have anywhere I could fit a silencer. One thing, when you're designing a car from scratch, someone said this to me the other day, is you've got to decide what's most important to you.
Yeah.
So I want this to handle. That's why it's got like suspensions all sorted. And everything had to handle. I didn't want too much weight overhanging the axles, so like you've got the oil cooler and the charge cooler out at the front.
And you pulled the engine right far back as well.
Yeah, so the engine's in line with the axle line.
Yeah.
But all the weight's within the axles.
Yeah.
Everything's low down, there's nothing too high up. I wanted it to handle really well. So you have to start making sacrifices elsewhere.
Yeah.
And one of the stupid things I did when I designed it is I didn't allow any space for the exhaust.
Yeah.
So it's left-hand drive, simply for the fact that with how the engine is configured, the inlet's higher up than the exhaust.
Yeah.
So there is space for my feet that side, whereas if it was right-hand drive, there wouldn't be space. I'd have my feet on the exhaust. So I allowed for that, but there's no way.
Is that the only reason you've gone for left-hand drive?
But the exhaust physically can't fit down through the tunnel.
No, and down.
There's no
normal
room in the
route.
tunnel.
No.
Because I was so constricted on how, even with like 2 Kirkies in there isn't enough room.
Are you
to make the tunnel
for the Kirky?
Yeah, they're upstairs. Yeah,
Oh, well,
I've got everything. I've got most of the parts for the car.
It's just time.
It's just putting it all together and finished. And
so how have you done these? Is this all fiberglass as well?
That is a Mark II wing that
You've just cut and pulled and cut and pulled.
I cut the standard arch out of it, welded it further out.
Yeah.
And then
with like little bridging pieces.
Yeah. There was bridging. I've cut them out. There's a few sort of bits in there, so you can see where I've then tucked it out. Made the top edge wider as well.
Because that's literally like what 3 inches wider than it should be.
Yeah, probably 3 or 4 inches. And then the back's even more. The back is an arch repair panel welded further out.
Further out, yeah.
And then sort of sculpted in. Yeah, there's a lot of filler in there at the moment.
But that's your mold. That's what you're going to take your molds from.
That'll all come off.
I love the fact you've got the square headlights on it as well.
Yeah, Westy front end. I've got US taillights in this.
Are they all red?
US marker lights in there. No, they're amber and red, but they've got different reflectors.
Okay. So what's the red? If the engine red's up front, are these just coolers?
So that is...
Is that like the diff cooler?
That's the oil cooler for the dry sump.
Yeah.
And then that's charge cooler.
Ah, okay, I'm with you.
So yeah, those two -12s run through that one, and it runs across the top, and then back into the tank.
Yeah, I say there's a lot to take in, and you've got like single nut, centre lock style.
Everything's set.
What are these? Are these like single seat? Are they? But are they? The wheels are single seater type things? Are they?
They're off F3 colour.
Yeah.
They're magnesium.
Are they? You've got quite a few wheel options, haven't you? Are they all 13s, aren't they? Yeah. But I'd say the problem I got with that is those tyres are crap, and you can get a lot more wider competition tyres in a 13-inch size. So they're 13-inch centres with a 14-inch stepper disc.
Ah, right. Yeah, race tyres for 13, 16,
yeah,
17, 18.
Abundance. Yeah, Kumo are doing them, and Nankang are doing their versions of them. You can get quite a lot of really wide, chunky tyres for them.
No,
you're going to be able to run a windscreen wiper on this.
Yeah, I had to modify the linkage, but it just clears the coil packs.
I'm more worried about it scratching the polycarb. You'll have to have a couple spare for when that happens.
Yeah, well, he's got the file saved.
Oh, is it router cut out?
Yeah, so Mrs. got me polycarb windows for the other four.
They're off the shelf, Joe.
Off shelf. Yeah. And then I messaged him being like, I've got the rest of your windows. Do you reckon you can make me a windscreen? Yeah. Like a ply template of like a stock windscreen. And he sent me that.
Perfect.
I said, so I made the template with the cutout, and then he saved that file. So if I need another one, he just make me another one.
Just knock one out, that's perfect.
5mm macro on.
Is the prop shaft all in there? Yeah.
I was going to say, put it in the air.
Yeah, let's go up and have a look. This is like a builder's fire on Hunnigan.
Yeah.
You've got to be doing donuts out in the yard in a minute.
So when we move workshops, so the only car ran here is the one on the end.
Is that the oldest one?
1928, yeah. Car here.
Wow. Proper hot rods. What colour are you going to do all the bars?
I think like a dark grey, just because otherwise if you end up doing everything black and it all kind of gets a bit lost.
Yeah, you want to make a bit of a feature.
Grey with the orange go quite nice.
Yeah, these are all nice.
Yeah, all the hard lines and everything. Yeah.
You couldn't build this not on a ramp. Have you always had a double post ramp to get underneath?
The old workshop I had a single post ramp, so it's got like a big cradle under the car, which made doing like that really interesting because you could kind of like a 8-inch wide bit of steel in the way.
So did you make up jigs then for all of this?
Yeah, so it's just a full...
How many iterations is this first attempt to make this?
That is the first setup of those wishbones.
And your anti-roll bar with a blade. Is that off the...
Oh,
is it? So that you can twist those round and change the stiffness of it.
WRCS or Group A or whatever they are.
I'm liking this. This is racecardirect.com, like a pit light.
Yeah, the rain light. Yeah.
So you're going to be running in, you're not like doing any diffuser or anything?
No, it's got a flat floor.
Yeah.
Like it's got a full ply floor that goes on the bottom. And
is that what it mounts onto this?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So all those tabs there.
So you've got a floor under your floor plate.
Yeah, so there's a panel that runs all the way down here. Yeah. That's about there. And then there's another panel in the middle which comes out. So you haven't got to take it all apart all the time. And then you've got the front.
I'm liking the
front splitter comes to about here.
The little bush for the exhaust.
The exhaust might melt, I don't know.
That'll be right. It's not going to fall off though, is it? The bolt's going to be for it.
Something under here because I think I'm going to boil my fuel.
The other thing to be aware of, which I didn't realise, is when you're running two pumps, I think you'll end up disconnecting one of those pumps. Even for 500. A 500 horsepower, you'll end up just boiling your fuel with two pumps.
Oh, because you're cycling it.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that's where your alternator is. Yeah. That's proper race car spec. That's like the Zack Speed stuff all had.
Yeah.
A pulley where you run it around the...
Yeah, there's a pulley. I don't know where that's gone. It must be upstairs somewhere. There's a pulley somewhere.
And run a little belt around the diff.
Yeah. So if you get stuck in traffic, it's not really road car friendly. If you get stuck in traffic, you're not
charging.
Yeah.
Are they custom? Are they standard size shafts? Or are they custom
they're
shafts?
standard E36 shafts.
That's a good shout.
I bought them with. I'm going to have to modify these. Put me in as
well, if you ever snap one, you don't want to be like, I've got to cut and shut or get some.
That's not a big case diff. It's a medium case. It's 188, not 100.
But you're going to be, it's a light car,
Yeah.
so fingers crossed that's
And
not
there's
going to be the
quite
weakling.
LSD in the back of that as well.
So what are you going to use it for? Just blasting around tracks?
Hill climb,
Yeah.
track day.
Yeah.
I'm going to drag race it. I think I'm going to predominantly set it up.
To go round corners?
Pod,
Yeah, okay.
just to sort of, you're not running for too long, you're not sort of stuck out on the
Yeah.
track. So that
What steering rack is it?
it's a catering rack, but I milled catering off the top of it.
And stamped
Only thing I
sheets
did.
into the
No,
top
I
of it.
didn't.
I like all of this as well, like the little brackets and braces and stuff.
Yeah, it's trying to fit
Captive
things in.
nuts. Is all your brake lines?
Yeah.
Is your brake lines all bled up, ready to go?
No, I need to get the flexis made
Oh, okay.
on
Yeah.
this side. Line lock.
Yeah, there's just so much to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an engine mount up there then.
Yeah, so you go get one of them either side.
How do you make that? Is that machined?
No, it's just tube.
No, I'm talking about this bit here.
What, the plate?
Yeah, like the star-shaped plate.
Cut the plate out 4 mil and then
Or just
cut
by
a
hand?
4 mil strip and then just form it round and weld it.
There you
Just to
go.
brace it up a bit.
That's wicked. Stuff that you won't even see.
There's a lot you can't see.
Yeah, I bet. I'm just trying to eyeball it all out now.
Yeah, once all the tin works.
You need air jacks on it. That's the only thing you're missing.
I nearly bought a set, but I can't find the space for them.
Yeah, you need it in all four corners, don't
It
you?
almost needs to be like here, and
Yeah.
the exhaust in the way, and it's
Pedal box is in the way
and
here.
there's no room at the back to put one.
What pedal box is it?
That's an OBP pedal.
You didn't go for a floor mount. A lot of people I know who run floor mounts have problems with them, just with the feel.
I wouldn't have had space for the 8-arm.
Of course.
I'd have literally, because it would have been back here.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah, I know what you're saying. I was quite used to having.
I like underslung pedals, to be fair.
Yeah,
And you end up sitting so far back with a floor mount,
yeah.
you'll be like in through the main hoop. And if you're going to drive it on the road, you'll be looking at the B pillar. And you love a riv nut as well, like me.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah, they all need cutting off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
skim them off.
They just make things life so much easier.
Yeah, they're a good solution. Fuel tank's nice.
Yeah, the tank was cool actually. The sort of hammer form. Can we hammer form the ends? Yeah, so it's a hammer formed end, so it's got that rolled lip, and then
Yeah,
welded
and then welded the outside. Even the bracket just to hold the edge of the fuel tank. Proper over-engineered. That's why I love it. That's your adjuster for the.
For the alternator, yeah.
Mate, this is serious. Even your towing eye. Did you make that?
That's Billet, yeah. There's another one. One for the front. But the front one's the same, because for racetracks they have to be a certain size. It has to be 60mm ID.
Yeah. And
It pulls out. As long as the bumper's on, that covers it. Once it's there, you can see it. Just sticks, and then it pulls out for when you
nice touch.
break it.
Even these little tabs here. Did you make all these?
Oh, they're just. I haven't got that much time.
Just sitting there with your little file, filing out the inside.
Misery, that.
And your dry sump bracket. Man, there's some hours in this. This is insane. Honestly, it looks so much better in person. I mean, it looks sick in the photos, but
Yeah, it's hard to sort of get the scale. Like, even when you're not putting it on the floor, you think I can touch the roof. Like, you can lay your hand across the roof.
it's low.
The front edge of
Are you going to run? Is this for anti-roll bar on the front?
Yeah, I haven't got, so that ARB's there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
So you need the
haven't got
blades.
2 sets of the blades. I've
Okay.
got 1 set, so I need to get.
That's
but
quite.
even
That's quite a
like
neat
that,
little
That's really cool then. So you literally just flick that like that. And then
drain the oil out.
supposedly.
Seized up.
And then drains the oil out. There's another one in the fuel tank.
Where'd you get these from? Are these like plumbers fittings?
No, they are proper because they're like the same threads as dash fittings. There's
Oh,
another
nice.
one on the
I need
chart.
to get one of these for my charge cooler. Oh,
Yeah, I've been testing systems. Yeah, one on the fuel tank, one on the charge cooler, one on the dragster. Because you can actually thread like a fitting into that because that's all threaded. So you could run a line down to here,
yeah.
which is quite nice. No, I think they're called easy drains. As
Easy
in, like,
drains. I'll have to look
easy
up them.
with a Z. Is that wheel hook as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I made the.
You didn't see mine then. I got a billet one. Did you make that? Yeah. Yeah. If there's a tight corner, I'll shout. Okay. And I'll shout like that. So that little noise is the little turbo. Yeah. That's the little turbo. That's the big turbo. There's all a couple of horrible bends here, then it opens out a little bit further up. So it does it lighten them up. I separate shift?
So it's a SD170, but it's not a short shift kit.
It's quite sort of...
Yeah, and you can shorten that's as small as the little handle goes.
Yeah, you don't want to up it, do you? Oh, it makes all the right noises, man. Remember the road, we'll come back this way. Next time I won't like giggle like a schoolgirl, I'm going to watch the boots out.
See what's there. I've since learned that these tyres are shit. Like they're just not. They're a performance tyre, but they're like a budget performance tyre. They're proxy TR1s or T1Rs. They're just their sidewalls are really squishy and they just don't have a lot of grip. I don't think.
That's how I hope the brakes are good.
I think they kind of work in sync, like complement one another in unison, like.
It's just mad that that's in black, that's still on zero.
Yeah.
I suppose that's the crossover point, isn't it? Yeah. It's really hard to get your head around.
The idea is that like because you're compounding it as well, you can run like, I don't know, 10 psi out the little one and 4 psi out the big one, and because it multiplies the boost ratio, you're compress there.
Do you have boost in the manifold? Do you have a reading for what the engine's?
Yeah, so this is what the engine's inhaling. That's out of the little turbo, and that's what's in the charge cooler, and then that's in the link pipe between the big turbo and the little turbo. So this is what the little turbo is taking on, and that's what's actually going into the engine. But then the problem is that these two, that's rated to 20 and that's 30, so they're not like, I need to find another gauge that's the same, because they obviously swing around at different rates.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you look like one's making more than the other. I thought I was
And the other thing is, because I've done like up conversions on the back, I think the back wheels are towing in slightly, right? So I've noticed it's a little, it's either that or the tyres are shit. Yeah. It starts to step on. We're a little bit wary about going around corners fast until I sort that out.
Have you had it alignment?
No, I've got the front's done, but I need to get a full wheel alignment to just check where they're, because I've knocked some camber in the back with some shims, and I'm not sure if it has pulled the front by the back wheel.
Is it beam?
Yeah, it's on the back beam still,
Yeah, so I suppose if it's not, if you put camber in it,
it's doing something weird. That's what I mean, like when I posted up like that video, I was like, it's only made 280 horsepower, and everyone's like, like people are like, oh, all show and no go. I was like, you've been in a little Fiesta with 280 horsepower. You don't need 280 horsepower.
you need some proper tyres.
Yeah.
That's like, that would make it completely different.
Like Advan AO 48s or something, like the cut sticks in it, like I think you can get in Germany 225 45 14s, and I can bang them on this.
It's like a limiter.
Yeah.
You don't need to
I won't break any drive shafts with these.
I was going to say, what drive shafts do you got?
Custom, like me and Zach welded them up. I got Carlo to do an interference fit sleeve, and then Zach TIG welded them up. Yeah, so see how long they last. I think they'll be right. Only one way to find out.
That is good fun. It doesn't need to be more power.
No. That's what I'm saying. I could put that little disco potato on it, and it'd just be a really reliable, really good.
Yeah, but it's proper good fun like that.
Yeah, it is. The only thing is that I think if I did lap after lap after lap after lap, the air temps, unless I can get those air temps down, they're like 50 degrees at the moment. I think I'll just have problems.
Can you much did you charge?
Yeah. So I started looking at the drains because I was like, oh, if I had a drain like that, I could just drop out and re-ice it. That, and I'm not confident about driving it hard around these roads.
You don't know the road.
It's this next corner.
It's horrible because it crests and it goes down.
So yeah, I always like, oh man, yeah, rear wheel drive it, and then I'm like, I go out and drive it like this, I'm like, I'd fucking kill myself in it.
I think build something else.
Yeah.
This is what it needs to be.
Or I save up the pennies and I buy myself like some sequential four-wheel drive gearbox and then hang like a BMW diff and do like crazy rear suspension on it and try and make it four-wheel drive. That's the other option. Like long term, because I'm not going to get rid of it.
No, exactly.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name?
Adam.
Adam's just rocked up, and this is his daily. No, this is his fuel-altered dragster, and I was just admiring the fact that it's got no brakes on the front. And was it 2,000, 2,500 Hemi? Craziness. Is that direct nitrous?
That's no nitrous, it's nitro methane.
Oh, okay. Is that how it's injected into the engine then? Just into a little...
On top of the blower and the injector, and then it's got 16 nozzles going into the intake manifold ports.
And it's a mechanical fuel pump, is it?
Yeah, 21 gallons a minute.
Wow, that's a big blower as well. You saying about like the mini blower stuff that I messed about with, and then I went up. The big one I got was an M90 off of an XJR, which is literally probably about, I don't know, a quarter, yeah, not even that.
That's something like 433 cubic inches a minute per revolution it flows.
And then you've got the gearbox between your nuts and the diff up your arse, basically, yeah. That's nice. Have you got some kind of blanket, jacket to stop
It's got a Kevlar
the
jacket
bits
down
from
the gearbox, and then
shooting into your legs?
got a steel drive shaft tube, and the axle's bulletproof. That came out of a 10,000 horsepower funny car.
Wow. I like the old, the levers and stuff. I've got like proper old school wooden handles. Yeah, that looks wicked. That looks like something that you'd see like back in the 60s on a drag car, yeah. Steering wheel's nuts as well. What was that button for?
That's the gear shifter.
Okay.
Gear shifted with CO2.
Are you not using that at the moment then, or?
I was making new lines.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Work in progress.
Yeah.
And what's all it? Is this for air shifting?
That's fire extinguisher.
Oh, that is a fire extinguisher. Okay.
Yeah, so that runs two systems. So one bottle sets the other bottle off.
Oh, so they're both fire extinguishers.
Two nozzles on the motor.
And then my feet.
Is this the stuff? So it runs on methanol, nitro, and is that the stuff that burns transparent when it's all alight?
No, methanol burns transparent.
Okay.
Nitro burns with a yellow flame. So we get like
big stack, yeah, big flames out the stack at night. Who made the chassis? Is it an old school chassis?
A company called Ice Automotive in Northampton.
Do you have to start it off the pulley?
Yeah, it's got off-board start, so it clips on. I've grown up around it. I don't really. It's normal to me.
Nah,
This is what I was saying earlier. When you're around stuff like this all the time, like that just seems
you don't look
normal.
twice at it. But when I come in, I was like, man, that looks. And it's got the old school style steering.
Yeah, all steering box, drag link, torsion bar suspension.
Because this takes kind of a lot of its history and homage from those types of cars.
Yeah, that's what they essentially evolved from. Yeah, that's why they were called Altereds, because it was.
And what's the body based on? Is it like a Ford?
It's a 1934 Ford.
Yeah, with all the louvers out the back.
Yeah.
Love it. Do you have to wear like respirator masks?
If you fire it up under like an awning, you do.
Yeah. But when you're driving it,
I've got an air-fed system helmet, so I get oxygen pumped in.
Wow.
The wheels are original 60s magnet.
Yeah, I was going to say they look old. They're cool. Because this is like, yeah, these I'd see these, or I'd imagine these on like a gasser type, all stacked up, big Chevy or something. Yeah. Again, no fucking brakes, nutters.
I've stopped it from 170 before.
Are you relying mostly on?
No, that was just on brakes.
That was just on brakes.
When it shoots in open.
You just have to be really careful. You get on, sort of squeeze them on and off.
And don't let them
fade
out.
If it locks up and you start bouncing, you're going over.
Because the other thing I can't get my head around with dragsters is the fact that you run like 5 psi in the tyres, if that.
Yeah, about 5.5, 6.
Which that's like speed popping. I know, but like when you look at them and they're all crumpling up, It just.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is because there's no suspension on the back, that is your suspension.
Is there nothing on the back?
So
It's all solid mounted.
So you think that torque, not that rotational spring effect of the tyre?
Yeah. Sorry. What's this tank up the back?
Breather tank.
From the engine.
Yeah,
So from the valve
comes
covers,
out both valve covers.
goes into the tube.
That goes into the roll cage.
Yeah, it goes into the top chassis rail all the way along.
What's the benefit from? Is it just? I suppose you've got a pipe there, so you
It's
might as
just
well make use of it.
easiest way
Yeah.
to transfer it, and it keeps the inside of the chassis rail lubricated to a certain extent.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's serious. This is the proper death trap. What times are you running it then? What do
We've
you
only
run?
made like one test launch on a new engine.
Yeah.
With the old engine, I've run 740 at
Jesus.
190.
With no brakes on the front.
It should, when we've got it sort of all set up and as it should be, it should run mid sixes, like 210, 215.
That's insane.
Yeah, this is a new setup. for
Okay.
this car.
So yeah, it's all a bit of a
loosely
test
based
and
on a big
tune.
block Chevy methonol motor before.
Hemi's more period then, isn't it?
It's more period, it's
Yeah.
stronger, makes more power. It's a
Okay.
lot easier to work on than the Chevy.
And this is obviously built for nitro.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is ground up.
It is effectively, looking at it, is effectively two ladders and an engine and you and two tyres at the back.
Yeah, where the driver goes kind of an afterthought.
I like all of that, the bead rolled panels, all Zeus fastened in. Yeah, it's crazy. That is the seat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a,
Yeah, it's got a poured insert which is sort of moulded around your hips and your back for more support.
you got the old moon pedals.
Yeah.
Another period touch. Is the straps just in case the blower over pops off?
Yeah, in case it backfires, that manifold, that stops it
Exactly.
going
Long way in the air.
stops it going
They
private.
kind of explode.
There's pictures
Yeah.
from the 60s where you've got like, bits of casing out there
Yeah.
and rotors 30,
Just
40 foot
going
in
for
the
it.
air.
Yeah. Is that the oil pump? I take it.
Yeah.
And then this is oil tank up the front, which would be the grill. It's like in a grill shape. Oh, yeah, I've got a pucker grill to go on. Wicked. Oh, nice. Yeah, I see. And there is no radiator.
No, it's just literally.
So how long can you run it until? Or will it keep like? I suppose if it's idling.
At idle, it runs so much fuel for it. It keeps it pretty cool.
You've got the box on the
So is the block like filled with anything?
It's solid billet out.
Oh, so there's no water jackets
No,
whatsoever.
nothing.
Nuts. Is that a burst plate in there?
Yeah, so if the boost pressure gets too much,
That'll blow out and
that's the
saves.
rated panel. So
Yeah.
that's
Checkwood's burst at, I don't know what PSI, it's about 60 or 70 PSI.
Yeah.
So if you get a backfire or
It
some sort
burps.
of issue there.
It's insane, and you got jackets on the sump as well.
Yeah, a lot of Kevlar blanket on the sump.
It's funny, like throws a roll out. It's called a Kevlar blanket. We call that a diaper.
Yeah.
Because if it shoots,
It's going to keep it all from flying all over the track. Yeah. So this is the engine that's going to end up in a full race.
This is the stock engine.
Oh, okay.
That one will get built,
And then
this one will get ran to prove everything
yeah.
in the first place.
But you will be doing like fully forged, custom made dry sub.
Yeah, I made that myself. As before, I had a big mill as well. That was literally a plate I cut out of a jigsaw.
Wow.
Everything's all the bracketry. There's a hub that goes on there and runs all the pulley and everything. That's all custom.
Oh, this is nice.
That's
idler.
That's what I got in the States. So, no,
And then you've
this,
got-
so yeah, this is just sort of I can build this up.
That's your
Adam's
proven principle. Throw that in the car, get it
Yeah.
running, get it
doesn't
working.
matter if I kill a piston. Doesn't matter if
I think what sort of
Throw-
power will you get out of a stock engine with a sniffer boost?
even if it made 150, it won't even go on a like rolling rotor. or
No,
anything.
you just
I'll
get it so
literally
everything works, gets hot.
Yeah. I
And
know,
make sure
yeah,
the
I know
oil-
the cooling system works.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the oil system works. And
There your Kirkies,
Yeah.
super comfortable, luxurious, yeah. Where are the wheels? Can we look at the wheels?
yeah.
Chris has got a sick collection of split rims for this car. He'll be able to have a set of wheels for every day of the week. This is a well organised storage room. I'm well impressed with it.
These are like new. I don't think these have
So
actually
what
been
these have
run.
come off?
These are off of like a single
Mate,
seat as
look
well.
at them.
They're f***ing nice, aren't they?
Oh, they look the tits. They look like stepper dishes though. What size? Are these still 13?
Still 13, yeah.
Are they designed for like a single seater again?
Yeah. Most centre lock stuff is. But these are only skinny, so they're like a 6 front and an 8 rear.
Yeah. Then you got these are CX Comp-Motives. I like the fact it's got like the planks where you would have had like bolts in them.
So I'm going to paint them silver.
Yeah.
So that then you really see that they're centre locks.
Mate, you've got all the
That's 3
options.
sets. There's still more up there. I'm not getting all that.
That's fine. That's crazy, man.
The other one, I've got centre lock revolutions as well, but I don't think I'll run them because with the three piece you can change the whips and everything else.
Yeah.
Point of them. I've got their single piece up there, and I just think they'd be too wide. They've got such a low offset.
What is the overall width on them?
They're,
Like 9s.
They're 10. The rear's 10s and the fronts are
Yeah.
I think 9s, and they're just too wide.
They're wicked. I'm well impressed with them. Got all the options. The CXs, I still like a mesh wheel,
Yeah.
but those look nuts.
Not ready yet.
No. This is a wicked bender, though.
But this is the first. I'll really confuse myself because this used to be.
The other way around, yeah. And now you've
I'm so
mounted it
used
off
to
of an engine stand.
Yeah.
Genius.
That was my stance works as well.
Yeah, it's just doing the hand cranking. I'm with you. Did you put that bit on then?
No.
Is that how it comes?
I bought this like this. So my mate Brad, he was going to build my chassis for me,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "No, I'm selling everything." I was like, "Great." So I bought this off of him, 500 quid, because he was building a like a Mark II caddy van, like with a inline 6, like great BBS, like proper like drag slicks and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was really cool.
What happened to it? Did it never get
No, he just binned it.
Oh, no.
Again, that was like a show van. Like,
It
it's
turned
really,
into
properly,
a
like,
full
really
race car.
Nice paint.
Yeah. Not to say that the drawing's right, because I drew it up, but yeah, that's perfect.
Late drawing.
Yeah, we'll offer it quickly up in the car, but I think the B pillars are going to be in the way.
Yeah.
Wicked. Safety first. Yeah, that looks good with the bumper on. And then, yeah, nice little touch of the towing eye. Nice action.
So there you have it. Like, Chris is a top bloke. Help me sort out the harness bar so I can cut that back, get that welded in. His car, as you can see, is bonkers. Well impressed with it all. I think it actually looks better in person than it does in the photos that he posts up. And I can't wait. I did say I'll happily lend a hand to try and get that thing up and running, because it's going to be a proper weapon when it's done. It's on another level. I can't even begin to imagine the amount of hours that you must have put into that thing. And I could spend, well, I did spend all day looking around it and all the little details and brackets and unions, and yeah, just the way that it's been engineered is second to none. Well happy I managed to get over there and have a good look around it. I said to him, it's probably a good thing that I've managed to go there and film a lot of it before he covers it all up, because when it's a complete car, you're not going to see half the craziness that's underneath. So yeah, once again, massive thanks to Chris, and yeah, cheers for showing me probably one of the craziest Mark II Golfs I've seen ever. More than happy to help get it finished. So yeah, all I've got to do now is jump back on the good old M25, get around this bloke on a bike, and head on home. Very productive day talking cars. Getting a harness bar made up. I'll say the usual spiel of don't forget to hit like and smash subscribe. Leave a comment, let Chris know what you think about his forget to check out the big cartel shop. Links in the description below. Anything bought of that obviously goes towards the channel. I need to buy a GoPro that's not so bloody temperamental, and also a gimbal for the SLR. So I'm not Mr. Shaky Hand Man when I'm trying to do my artistic panoramic shots. That's pretty much it for this video. Until next time, I'll catch up with you guys later. Take it easy.